Welcome, Gadies and Littlemen, to another episode of a little podcast I like to call the Lunch Table Podcast. I'm Christian, one of your host numero one of them.
Hi, I'm Javier with you guys. It's been a minute.
Um, I'm a little under the weather today. Got a cough, not feeling too great today. But we're just gonna have to push through. We'll have to push through this, and you're just gonna have to deal with me probably coughing over a lot, over a lot of this. Um, because my mic is very strong and it picks up a lot of shit if it's not right in front of me, which I guess I could put it right in front of me, but fuck you, whatever. So this is a podcast,
This is
and
a-
I want to talk to you about something because
Yeah, what's up?
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Did you take the bus when you were in high school?
Oh, hell yeah, until I was 18, dog.
Word. The only reason why I bring that up is because I was behind a short bus. The short bus. Not that that has anything to do with anybody on the inside of the bus. Just descriptive. It was a short bus. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I just thought about it. My one, because I would just walk home. Like I just walked home from high school when I didn't have a car, for the
Well,
most
bro,
part.
you lived like fucking what, 30 minutes away from school?
No, I lived like 10, if that. I lived
Oh,
like
shit.
5. I lived very close to high school, so I pretty much just walked. And
Hmm.
my one experience with the bus was hectic to say the least.
Yeah,
What's your overall experience with the bus, Avi?
it was weird. Like, did you ever have like those band kids that would fucking finger them in the back?
What the brother? We are 2 minutes into this podcast and we're already throwing that out there. No.
No, but for real though, like you ain't never met, like, bro, like, come on, you gotta
Well,
know
I mean,
some
we've
band.
all look.
No, no, no. The band people were way more fucking weird. They're like
Well, yeah,
fucking
the band
freaky.
kids. I mean, the band kids were weird, bruh.
I
I mean,
thought like the
that goes
oh
past the riding the bus though. Just band kids. No offense to any. Actually, some of you band kids out there, you're kind of weird. I'm just keep it a stack. But like,
well, why is that? Why is it like band people are weird? Like that doesn't ever make sense to me. Like I would think they're like nice. They're more of an asshole.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I knew a couple people in the band, and they weren't too like they weren't weird. I mean, they were kind of chill people, but I mean, I definitely know what you're talking about. Some of the band people, bro. Some of the color
Yeah.
guard people, like not the
Whoa,
cheerleaders,
you
but
brought up color.
the color guard, bro. They half the color guard kids were band kids too. They were weird as fuck as well. Like don't even tell me they weren't.
What do you think about the swim team though?
I okay.
Do you think they're actually like sports people?
They're actually what people?
Like athletes?
I mean, that's like saying Michael Phelps isn't an athlete.
I wish I knew who that was.
God, Michael Phelps. He's the Olympic swimmer. He won like the most golds for America. He's like,
Oh, yeah, I got you.
I mean, would you consider him not an athlete because he's technically an Olympic swimmer? I don't know, bro. All I know is there's
We're gonna get so much shit for this.
fuck it, bro. I don't care. I mean, there was a few people. There's a few people I knew and I liked in the swim. Um, there was this one guy though, bro. I don't know what his deal with me was, dog. I am like, for whatever
His
reason,
girlfriend?
what? No, I
Did you
didn't.
kiss his girlfriend?
No, I didn't kiss his girlfriend.
All right. Well, look,
But
our group of
whatever.
guys, we were all hoes.
Like, yeah, obviously. But this guy was just like, I mean, this guy just had the biggest beef with me, and I can never explain why. Like, he had such beef with me, and he was on the swim team. I won't give out his name, but he was like,
Okay.
he always wanted to fight me, and I'm like, dude, why? Like, I've never done anything to you. I've barely talked to you. The only connection I have to you is I was friends with your friends at one point. You know what I mean? Like his friends in high school, I was close friends with at one
Yeah.
point,
Hmm.
and he just had such beef with me. And I'm like, bro, I don't know who you are, but you're on the swim team, bro. Like I don't know, I don't know what you about to
You're
do
on
to
the
me, bro.
swim team, asshole.
Like I don't know, bro. Homie just had such beef with me, and I never understood why. I mean, a lot of people just had beef with me, and I never understood why. I mean, there was that one kid you knew. He had beef with me, but I mean that I kind
Wait,
of
which one? I knew a lot of kids.
I don't. Excuse me. Fuck.
You're
Um,
excused.
I can't give his name out.
Well, did I have class with him?
Yeah, I dated his girl. I dated his ex. I guess.
Gotcha. I know who you're talking about. Never
Yeah, I don't know what
mind.
his problem with me was either. I mean, he had beef with me. He wanted to fight with me, and I was like, "Come on, bro! Like, what?
I never understood.
You've never had a conversation with me, and you want to fight me just because I don't know. I'm I'm home improving, not home wrecking. Yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah, come on now. I feel like high school is just known for like homework and everything. You feel me?
I mean, you smashing that one teacher. Yeah, you definitely home wrecking there. I ain't even gonna front
Hey,
you.
he was single. We're good.
I mean, fair enough. Shit, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Come on now.
I don't know, man.
Also, I was grown by that time.
I mean, yeah, you did graduate. I mean, that was at graduation, right? I don't know, bro. Just so many people had like beef with me in high school, and I never understood why. Like, I don't understand what their beef was. Harper in the
Do
background, finally coming to lay down, bro. What's up?
you believe that like high school should bring like boxing into high school as a sport? I feel like you could get so many scholarships. Like so many beef could be squashed if we had boxing at schools. Know what I mean?
Yes, but I don't think boxing as a school sport would go over well in any school. However, I do believe there should be a school like like a high school rule. You're going to high school and you got beef with somebody, there is no problem with going to like one of the gym teachers or something like that
Yeah.
and like squashing beef on the court or something. You know what I mean? Like does that make sense? Like
Yeah, I guess. But like,
like in the eyes of all the coaches, you're either running linebacker drills, you're
okay,
like 1v1 in you're 1v1 basketball, or like you wrestle, you know what I mean? And so like you squash that beef in front of
yeah.
them, and then all
Uh,
is forgiven. It's either that or you're known as a big ass punk ass bitch for losing to X, Y, and Z on the field. You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh my God. Actually, that's another thing that I want to talk about. Did you ever hate coaches' favorites?
Ooh, ooh,
Did you
coaches'
ever?
favorites, bruh.
I knew I was one
Oh,
of them, but I always hated that I was.
I never hated that I was, but I hated like some of the. I never hated it. Hated being considered like I wasn't considered. I don't think I was considered a favorite, but I like preferred. I guess like I had more leniency with certain coaches, like doing shit or saying shit in class or whatever. But
Yeah.
some of the kids, dude, oh my god, they're the biggest fucking nerds, dude. Like, oh
Or were they get
man,
shots that were assholes for no reason?
you just got really quiet. What's up?
I said, the jocks that were like knew they were like cool with the coach and they would just do whatever the fuck they want.
Yes, bro. The kids, the football players that would just come in the middle of a like, well, pause. Just show up in the middle of class, and the coach is like, ho, 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 "Get out of here, kids! Go to your class. Go to your class." Or they just sit in the back of the class like thinking they're hot shit. I'm like, bro, you are
Bro,
literally on the JV team. Like you are quote unquote starting quarterback for the JV football team, and you're acting like you hot shit, bro. Like I
oh
don't,
my God,
dude. I
yeah.
don't know. Fuck, man. I don't know if you were there for this. Um, one of the coaches' classes, the coach that you and I both like that we're close with. Won't
Yeah.
give out names. Um, the one who wrote a
Oh,
book. Maybe we'll get him on the podcast. He could plug his book, and we can ask
that'd
him
be
some.
great.
We can ask him some questions. Um, but he had because he was the coach of the JV team, and he had one kid that would come in, um, a lot and just sit in the back of the
Yeah.
class and like say shit in the middle of class. I mean, it's not like it was like up, an important. Okay, I won't say it wasn't like an
Hey,
important class, but it wasn't like, it was like an extracurricular kind of vibe. But this dude was just, I don't know, he was something
wasn't it
else.
his son?
I don't think it was his son. I think it was someone
Yeah,
else. Like it was just
his
some
son was on
random.
the JV.
No, but I think it was some random ass kid. I don't think it was his son. But like, I don't know. It might have been his son. Like, regardless, though, I was like, who the fuck are you to come in this class and just say shit?
Ooh. Can we talk about also like I know we're like about to move on to a different topic. This is a whole different topic. Can we talk about underrated jobs for high schoolers?
Didn't you work at TJ Maxx for a while?
Hey, hold on. Yes, I did. You know why though?
I mean, it's not like it wasn't a bad job, though. I mean, you got.
It was horrible.
I thought you liked it.
I didn't give a fuck. You know why I liked it is because I was doing my side shit. It was just hiding that shit.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, bro, I getting paid $160 a week. It's not making me shit. That was like literally nothing.
A week? You got paid $150 a week?
Yeah, man, weekly.
That
I
seems
believe,
criminal.
hey, please, anyone that's listening to this right now, if you are fucking 16, work at a restaurant, you will be stacking like a motherfucker. Like, oh God, like do not do retail and all that shit. It is not worth it.
Well, okay.
Dude, it,
I will say though, if you get a let me, I'm gonna just throw this out there. If you can
go
get a
for it.
job at Target
Yeah.
while you're in high school, okay, $15 an hour starting pay, not too bad. Like especially when you're in high school, you don't got bill you might have bills to pay, but they're like it's not like you're paying rent or shit like that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like I would say at least some high schoolers might have to pay a little bit more. Um,
Don't
but
worry, guys. That was me.
yeah, that was you. I mean,
That was me.
for the most part though, like if you get a job at Target, bro, $15 an hour ain't bad. When I worked at Target, $15 an hour wasn't. It was nice. I mean, I didn't have to pay rent or much of
I felt
anything, but like, I hated it though. I'll be honest, I did hate it because I worked in. I was like seasonal considered, and I was working
oh
like 40
really?
hours a week, bro. I was up. I was up. This was still during my senior year. I was up at like, bro, like 4 o'clock in the morning for a 5 o'clock start, unloading a truck, a delivery truck, and stocking shelves,
Jesus.
bro. That shit was awful, especially during winter because it was seasonal. Like, okay, you can say that Florida doesn't get that cold, but at 5 o'clock in the morning, bro, I'm shivering my nuts off. Okay, like let me just throw it out there. I am not a morning person, so that was awful. But I agree. What
Yeah.
what serving job did you have when you were in high school?
I was nah, bro. I was a bar bag. I was working behind bar this morning. I'm just saying, like, if you're a high schooler, work at a restaurant, bro. Like, I say that because I'm saying that because like you're working with guys that are either kids and grown ups. So you're working with 30 years old, and like it opens your eyes seeing like, damn, some like servers still live with their parents and they're making this much money and they can't pay their shit. Some of them kids, you see what I'm saying? And then you meet kids that are like going through much like harder stuff and they give you like a little advice. Like if you're young, if you're older, or if you're you feel my it just depends on like who you're talking to at a restaurant. So I feel like you learn a lot at that age of 16 by just being around like adults and kids your age. And it just shows you like, hey, where you want to be at.
Nah, that's facts. I can
You
attest
know
to
what I'm
that.
saying?
I
Yeah.
mean, working in a bro. I mean, even working in a sub shop, bro. Like working in Firehouse. Excuse me, shit, dude. I mean, even working in Firehouse, it was. I mean, I'm not gonna say there was people like down bad, but I mean, kind of opened up my eyes. So I was like, okay, shit. There's not a timeline where I need to be out of high school at this age, or I need to be doing this, that, and the other thing at this age and this time, and I need to be making X, Y, and Z, and this I need to have a 401k or whatever. Like kind
Yeah,
of it. Like I mean, I still have problems, and like I'm not where I want to be. I think everyone
for
has
sure.
that, but
Yes, sir.
uh, but I mean, it definitely opened up my eyes. That I was like, okay, you know, there's no rule book. There's no fucking time frame for when you gotta be where you gotta be in life. It's just you're now. You are in the now. You're doing it, and 3 months from now could be way wildly different.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, I
for
think
sure.
most people going through high school though, kind of like as you get older, you kind of realize that like once you're going through high school, like bro, you and I were wildly different from 16 to 17 to 18 when we graduated at 18. You know, it was just
Oh
like
yeah.
when we were 16, bro, when we were excuse me, when we were
I was
16, I was
old.
going to parties.
Yeah,
I was going to parties doing some fuck shit, and then by the time we graduated, I was like, all right, partying ain't for me. Drink and
yeah.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna work and vibe out. And I mean, at the time, I was dating. Uh, bro, I want to give out names, but like I don't want to like give out names. I mean, fuck it. What at the time I was dating Helen, so I was doing like
Was it?
wildly different stuff than what I was doing at 16. But
Yeah.
I mean, I stopped smoking weed when I graduated. I wasn't. I don't think I was smoking weed at that time. But
Um, I think
anyway,
Helen got you to stop to do that.
what?
I think Helen got you to stop smoking.
Yeah, she did. She was like,
Yeah.
I mean, she was like, "Hey, I don't want you to smoke weed anymore." I mean, I would say I stopped for a little bit, but I kind of realized I was like, "Look, bro, I love you, but I'm my own fucking man, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I like smoking, I like getting high, I want to do what I want to do," and so I
For
did.
so.
I mean, so I wasn't smoking as much as as I was before I met her, but
Yeah.
I mean, she definitely stopped. Like, pretty much made me stop. I borderline stopped smoking, and then I moved to Georgia, and then
You
I started smoking
did.
hella, and now I don't smoke anymore.
Actually, that's kind of funny that you say like at 16, 17, we were doing different shit. Like you said, you were partying. I was working like nonstop. Even you, Carter, Brian knew that. A lot of my friends knew that because, but like you said, yeah, we're all in different paces because now the roles have switched. Like I'm not partying, but I'm at places that party. Like I work at a nightclub. Like I'm up around 5 till fucking 3 in the morning with like DJs. I'm sitting next to a DJ while I'm just making drinks and it looks like I'm partying, but I'm not. I'm just vibing. Um, I think at that time I wasn't really, yeah, I wasn't really dating anyone. Um,
I mean, you've never been really a partier. I mean, even all throughout high
no,
school, you were like stayed away from weed mostly. I mean, alcohol for the most part, kind of. Yeah,
no,
I mean, you touched the alcohol a bit, but I mean, for the most part,
ah,
you didn't go to parties. You didn't like smoke hella weed. You didn't like. I mean, you were just working,
yeah.
which I can
Like
appreciate, bro.
I feel like that appeals a lot to people. Like, um, hey, if you're a kid and you're like in school and you think like you're studying too much, you're working too much, and you think you're missing out on anything in high school, you're not. Like, honest to God, it's once like you make it to college, or if you're not going to college, you're working a 9 to 5, fucking you are not missing anything in high school. You're gonna go to way more parties when you're like 20, 21, 19, because you just have more freedom. Like, come on, like me and Christian right now can go to a club and fucking do whatever we want, and
Bro, I
that can
would,
fill in our gaps.
bro. My first semester at college, my first semester at KSU, I would get home from class and then get ready, and then I would have like I would get home from my public speaking class at 9, and then get
Yeah,
ready, and like change my clothes and get dressed, and then I would go to a frat party, literally the same night. Like I wouldn't get trash or anything because I mean at the time like partying's kind of like I don't know. I don't like to get super fucked up at parties, but like
yeah,
I mean, I would come home from work. I'd even come home from work, like working a midday shift, and because the people who were living at my apartment, I wouldn't say what it wasn't like all the time I was going to frat parties, you know, like every day, every week they had a frat party. But I mean, I've been to a couple. Like, I'd come home from work and be like, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to a frat party. You want to come with?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, all right, fucking." And I get ready and
Yeah.
go to a frat party, bro. Like, you just have more time. You have more time and more freedom. I mean, I guess it kind of depends on like if you're still living with your parents and you're going to community college. Okay, it's a little different. But like,
Fair enough.
I mean, I know you see the Snapchats from a couple people that are in frats and FCU
Let's
or
see.
Central Florida and Gainesville and all that stuff. They're in frats
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
sorority parties, and they post like if you've ever seen a frat flyer, like it's a flyer of what's going on. Like there's a party, it's like anything but a cut party, and here's a flyer. It's this frat and it's this day, and you know it's gonna be hella lit, bro. Some of the frat parties I've been to were crazy. Let me
Really?
tell you, yeah, bro.
I've never been to one.
Some, I mean, everyone's got their own
Okay.
cup of tea. It wasn't mine, I'll say that. But I mean, I was done partying, but I mean, it was like shoulder to fucking shoulder the entire time. Like you cannot
I like a
walk.
fucking club.
Like you cannot walk. Like you would have to like kind of shove through people
Yeah.
with to like in the frat house to get like to the back courtyard, and then you have to shove through more people to get to the other frat house. At least the way the frat parties I went
Yeah.
to were set up.
Uh-huh.
It was brazy, bro. I won't say it wasn't a good time, bro. Like I had a good time, but met some
Is it
cool.
true that like frat parties like the like hookups, is that like a frequently thing over there at frat parties?
What do you mean?
Like my friend was telling me like there's some frat parties that do like, this may sound wrong, orgy parties.
No,
Is that okay?
no, that's not.
Because there's some colleges in Florida that apparently do that. And I'm not gonna name drop any.
Excuse me. I mean, as far look, I was never in the frat. I just lived with a couple of the guys in the frat. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, it's Delta Chi. For the people watching, you might know Delta Chi as a frat. Some of my roommates. So I was never in the frat. Like I don't know like the inside scoop of it, but I lived with them, so I
Yeah.
kind of got I got a free invite and an idea of like what the frat worked like because I almost joined when I was in college, but
I wish you did.
no, they never. As far as I know, I mean the hookups were crazy. Like you'd see,
Yeah.
like I'd see some of the frat guys that I met that I knew, like hooking up with some random ass girl. I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. Like you fucked two other girls 2 days ago, and you
Oh,
already,
that's something we could talk about in high school. Fucking the body counts that people had.
bro. I never had a high body count. I still don't have a high body count, bro.
Me neither, but it's just funny like that like in high school, like bro, a 14-year-old has fucking seven already. And
Yeah,
she
that's
just got out of high school. Is that not weird?
no, that's wild. Like I don't know. Like okay, so when did you lose your virginity? And then we'll get into more into this.
When I was an adult. I was like 19.
You were 19. I think I
Yeah.
lost my virginity. I think I was 16 years old. I lost my virginity.
Also, I'm gonna put on quote, no, I was not a loser. My boys can tell you I fucking pulled baddie bitches. I just didn't fuck. I controlled my dick. I didn't want to be a daddy. So fuck any of you think I was a loser.
That is facts, ladies and gentlemen. Like, bro, I see some of the baddest girls walking up to him and be like, "Hi, Javi," and I'm like, "Huh, huh, ha,
I was a big
ha,
nigga
ha,
too. They like them big ass niggas.
how do you do it? How do you do it? She's captain of the cheerleading team. How do you do it, bro? I mean, I knew, yeah, some of the girls that I knew in high school, bro. Like, they might be they might have been lying now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
but like you're 15, 16 years old and you got 17 bodies. Stop the cap. Like, there's no
Jeez.
way. There's no way you are ran through that much that you got 17 bodies and you're 15 years old. That's more bodies than how old you are.
Oh my
Like,
God, yeah.
that's more than one body a year from when you were born, when you were conceived as a human being. Like,
Yeah.
some of the people, bro. I don't know,
As well as guys, like we're not trying to throw shade at girls. Like, don't get us wrong. Like, we know there's some dudes that are even worse than that. Like,
bro. I knew somebody. Not to interrupt you, bro. I knew somebody
nah,
in
go
high
on.
school. I knew somebody in high school. I won't give out his name. I don't know if he was lying, but his story tracks. He was like 18, 19. I think I was 16 at the time. I was 15 or 16, and
Yeah.
I think he was 17 or 18. He told me he had like 38 bodies, but the story tracks because I went to a couple parties with this guy and he was pulling, bro, pulling. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, how? Granted, granted,
Yeah.
the guy was a light skin. He was light skinned.
Uh,
He
of
had
course.
he was built like he had a like no homo. He had a good body.
Um, okay. Go on.
Um, but I'm like, dude, how the fuck do you have that many bodies? Turns out,
Hmm.
and this goes to everybody watching right now. Confidence, bruh. Confidence is key. If I had the confidence that I do
Do you think
now,
that's it? Do you really believe that's true? Confidence
yes,
is the key.
yes, bro,
Really?
100%, 100%.
Are you fucking kidding me? I don't believe that for
No,
shit.
100%, 100 fucking percent, bro. Because you had the confidence to make fun of a girl in front of them, and what would they do? They wouldn't spit on you. They wouldn't call you an asshole. They would giggle, call you an asshole, and then be like, haha, here's my number. Here's my Snapchat. You know what I mean? You have the confidence to have a conversation with a girl. Like,
Yeah, but that's if you're like good. Like, hey, that's like for guys if they're good looking and have a body like a good body, like they can get away with that. Okay, now let's go with a big nigga that says that he's an asshole.
no,
You don't think so?
no. I think on certain scenarios, yes, he might be considered an asshole, but like for the most part, bro, for the most part, if you go up to a girl in high school,
Yeah.
doesn't matter who it is. Like, okay, let me retract the statement and let me say this first.
Mhm.
You gotta have some sort of look, okay? You can't just be some fucking schmuck doing X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you kind of have to be look. People say looks aren't everything. But let's be honest. You gotta have something there.
Yeah.
But if I had the, I can guarantee you, if I had, because I've been told this by so many girls I knew in high school that I was
Okay.
like, I was looked at in high school and I was like, damn, like she bad. I take her home.
Okay.
If I had the confidence back then, I've been told on multiple occasions, if I had the confidence that I did now back then,
Yeah.
or if I had confidence back then at all, I'd pull hella. And I'm like, nah, there ain't no way. Like, because I was like you, there's no way, there's no way. But being told confidently by multiple women, if I had like a solid basis of confidence in high
Yeah.
school, there's no measure to what I could and couldn't do. And which
Okay.
makes sense, bro. Like if you go, I mean, even on Tinder, if you go out now to a bar and if you have the confidence in yourself to puff up your chest, go up to a girl and be like, drinking alone this evening? Why don't you drink with me? And they're like, oh, okay, this guy's a little bit straightforward, but I like it. He's got the confidence to
Yeah.
come up to me in a bar. He doesn't know me. Come up to me
Yeah.
and offer me a drink. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
like you had the like in high school, you had the confidence to talk to girls like that, and you pulled, bruh.
I
Tell
would
me you
like.
didn't.
Okay. Well, I no. I won't say that I didn't have confidence. It's just like I never like. I just was funny. Like it's like weird. Like I just knew that was funny. I knew I didn't have that much confidence, but people thought I did. I was like, no, I'm awkward. Like I'm funny at that moment, but one on one, shit, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Because I'm coming from like a home of three girls, so it's like I can't be disrespectful. You feel me?
Yeah. Look,
So
I
like
mean,
it was like really weird to me. Maybe that's because I grew up with girls, though. That's why.
I
Being real
mean,
vulnerable.
look, I told this to my buddies at work the other day, and I firmly believe it, as well as confidence. If you
I'm
can make a
wrong.
girl laugh and giggle, you can make her cheeks clap and jiggle. And those are some words to live by. Clip that, clip it and ship it, bruh.
Yeah, I'm gonna clip that one. That's fun on TikTok.
If you can make her laugh and giggle, you can make her cheeks clap and jiggle. And I believe that wholeheartedly, bruh. If you're funny, you got
Okay.
it. You got it in the bag, bruh.
All right. Well, fucking care.
Well, I'm just saying, bro. I mean, if I mean,
You're probably right. I don't know. Let's try to be calm. It's college edition.
this is still in college, bro. If you can make her laugh,
Oh, we are.
bro.
Yeah.
Some of the girls that I see in college and their boyfriends are just ugly as shit. I'm like, how
Yeah.
the fuck did you get her, bruh? And dude's just funny. Dude's just got a
Well,
character. He's just a character, and I'm like, all right, bro, I get it. Homie's just really funny, and I mean, the more you make her
yeah,
laugh, the longer her eyes are closed, and the longer they have to look at you. So
for sure. All right. That's another type of high school. What's something that like bothers you about school?
about school,
Yeah. Like this is the lunch table topic. So this is like, what was something that we did in high school that everyone can kind of relate to us?
I don't know, bro. I mean, bro, some of the teachers, man. I guess I'd say some of the teachers are just such assholes for no reason.
Oh yeah.
Like some of the teachers in high school just like why are you teaching if you hate being here so much?
Oh my God. Yes. Can we talk about that? What's the point of being a teacher if you're miserable?
So many teachers, and I'm sure you've had a few. So many teachers that I've had. Throughout high school, throughout college, just they're just so mean. They're so mean. They're they're hard asses. They just don't give a shit. And I'm like, bro, like what's the point in teaching if all you have to do, dog? All you have to do is talk to
Yeah.
kids all day and teach, but you hate teaching. You hate your job. So why are you working there? Like, why is this your career?
I, bro, on God. Or like when they're like they'd be complaining about the pay and shit. Like, don't get me wrong. I do believe teachers deserve a little bit more pay because they have to deal with different types of kids for what, 8 periods, different types, different whatever the fuck. Because now, like, but then I would tell myself, like, but you guys put yourself in this position. Like, you knew what you were signing up for what the fuck you want to do. Like, some kids don't even give a shit of going to school because everyone thinks they can be an entrepreneur or they can do this and that. Or people think it will happen like overnight, and that's why they don't listen to teachers. But it's like, I don't know. I would pay attention, man, because like one quote that I sent you the product for our banner for our logo for
Yeah.
this podcast. I learned that from Coach Heron, digital design. I'm still using it today.
Because some of the teachers like to teach. That's what they enjoy. And just yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. That was like one of the biggest things. Like on top of that, though, you're making a high school kid's life harder by being hard on them. You know what I mean? Like high school is a transition period. You're kind of transitioning into an adult. You're still a kid, but you're kind of an adult. You're getting there. Like you're starting to drive. You're probably going through puberty if you haven't already, but you're figuring out who you are as a human being. You're figuring out your style, like what you wear. You're figuring out who you are, what your personality is, who you like, what
Like
you enjoy.
girls, dudes, trans, whatever you into, you learn it.
But like, yeah, and like, but as a teacher, you're gonna make all these kids' job like lives so much harder because you want to drown them in homework, yell at them while they're in school, like send them to the principal's office, yada yada yada. And for what, bro? For what? Just because you hate your job because you don't want to deal with this kid for the next 45 minutes, bro? Like,
Yeah.
eh, I mean, there's teachers, and I'm sure you've had it. I've had teachers that are just like I hate my life. I'm not gonna go to class because this teacher sucks. Like they're annoying. They hate me for whatever reason. They pound on the homework. So like, what's the point of me being in this class? And so like, you just don't end up
Yeah,
not going, and you end up
for
failing the
sure.
class or whatever. That is probably what I hated the most about high school is just teacher. I guess ultimately teachers who just didn't give a shit about their job. They just didn't want to
Oh
be there.
yeah, like it was just a check for them. Like this was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and like I get
But
if it's a check, but I mean, you go into teaching, you go through all the schooling to make a difference in a
yeah,
child's life. I don't know.
do you think it'd be worth it now to go be a teacher?
I thought about it. Me
Yeah,
personally, I've thought about it. Yeah,
like
bro.
being a teacher.
Like being a because me personally, yes, like I want to make it different in a kid's. Okay, pause. It's not what I mean. I want to make a
I,
difference in kids' lives. You know what I mean? Like I want to
okay.
show them that you don't gotta be rich, famous. You don't gotta be the smartest tool in the shed. You don't have to be this, that, and the other thing. You know,
Yeah,
be an inspiration to the children, and I think that's why I want to do like social media so much, or not
yeah,
social media, but like content creation
for sure.
because it's just like, bro, you don't gotta do dick. You don't have to be any certain way. You don't have to be anybody you're not. And I know that's easier said than done, but I thought about it. Being a
Me,
history teacher, I like history too, so that helps.
it's so it's so funny because like the way you said that you want to make a big difference in this world and to like younger generation, like I believe that the next generation will pass this. Like no shit. There's always got to be someone better, and it's just so cool because I believe that God put like, bro, like we've been wanting to be content creators since we were fucking in middle school. Since we were kids, we both have been saying this. And I've promised you, I believe God put me and you together because He knew, like, hey, y'all can do something, but you gotta put that work in
The grind
and
starts,
show these
baby.
youngin. Yes, sir. So like, I think it's cool that we're doing this now, and I want to tell kids like, hey, yeah, like Christian says, you do not need to be an all-star fucking uh, player, a popular kid. You do not need to do that to leave an impact in this world because goddamn, we are both examples left an impact in so many people's lives and we didn't know it until like we left Florida.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Now that you bring it up, if you
Okay.
if you leave your hometown, I'm not saying leave your hometown. If you can't financially support yourself or you can't leave
If
your
you
hometown,
can,
don't do
do
it.
it.
If you can, leave. Leave that bitch so fast. Like if you can support yourself or you got somewhere you can stay for a while or anything like that, I recommend doing it. I moved out when I was 19 years old.
Uh-huh.
Not a single damn regret, bruh. Like I miss my mom. Don't get me wrong. I mean, she raised me, but bro, I figured out who I was. I'm seeing places I never thought I would see. Like I'm having a good time.
Sure.
Like you really figure out who you are when you live alone. Like you kind of just I don't know. You move out and you become an adult, bruh. But not like oh I'm gonna move out and I'm gonna go get an apartment down the street. No, I mean like swap fucking
You on your
states.
own.
Like you can't call up mommy and daddy and say I need help. I don't know how to figure it out. Nah, I mean like
Yeah.
I have never regretted moving out like and going 500 miles away from my parents. Like I can't call up my mom and say I need help. Can you come down? Nah, it's you either gotta wait 8 hours for to get here or you gotta like figure it out yourself. And it's just been figuring it out myself. That's how
Oh,
I
for
and
sure.
I'm an adult now. You were an adult. You moved to Chicago. Like you
I
just
did.
figure it out. You can't call up mom and say I don't know what to do. Like
Also, like, trust your gut. If somebody's telling you to leave your fucking hometown, and if you're willing to put in that work, I promise you, God will put you in that state you want to be at. Like I believe that. And it's like crazy because again, you moved to Atlanta. None of us saw that coming. You didn't even tell us. I think you were the first one out of our group that didn't say anything, said, I'm out. Peace. Then I was the second that said, I'm out. Peace, y'all. Like we still got two friends that are still living in Florida. One's doing school, the other one's not anymore, but he's still trying to find himself. I'm not gonna say names. They know who they are.
yeah, bro. I
Like
don't.
we're we're not talking bad about you guys. It's just like the two guys that were like antisocial left to be social.
Sometimes you got to do it, bro. And,
Yeah.
and this is speaking to everybody in high school right now, because
Oh, for
this is
sure.
literally what Javier and I did. Step out of your fucking comfort zone for once in a while. Do something you're
Yeah.
not comfortable with. Do something that's gonna spike your anxiety. Do something that you might regret later, bro, because you learn. Like I learned
Yeah.
so much shit from just doing it. And I regret, like, do I regret some of the stuff I did? Yeah, absolutely. I think I was fucking dumb. I think about it all the time. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done X, Y, and Z. But at the end of the day, I'm like, you got to think to yourself, wait, yeah, I can regret it, but I am who I am because of X, this situation and that situation. And I grew in this way and that way. It's easier said than done. Obviously, don't get me wrong, but step out of your
Yeah.
comfort zone, do something you don't like, or do something you're not used to doing.
For sure.
Talk to your crush, bro. Talk to your crush and see where it goes, bro. A little bit of confidence, a
Yeah.
little bit of stepping out of your comfort zone, take you a long way, brother.
Like the worst thing that could happen, she says no. Dude, literally, it's not the end of the world. It's high school. Once you hit college, bro, there's like 4,000 different like fish in that bitch.
Oh God.
Yeah, and like even out of fucking like if you go to bars, you meet more fucking people and you don't even expect it. I definitely recommend if you're in college, you're 21 years old, go to a bar. You don't need a drink or a fucking Coke because then the bitches think you're drinking, but you're really just drinking Coke. And talk to these people. Like talk to the person next to you because I just met a guy that owns a marijuana fucking dispensary and he just invited me to go to check it out.
W.
And I would have never done that without fucking just drinking a plain Coke.
Facts.
That is something interesting about like high school though, like the plan after it. Like it's kind of funny we both didn't plan to move.
I don't think you can ever plan to move. It kind of just happens sometimes. You just like, all right, I'm gone. I mean, for me, it wasn't a plan. It was just like, all right, shit. Here's this opportunity. I'm gonna take it while it's here because if I don't, I might regret it later.
Hell yeah. I think yeah, it's just like it's insane like how far we came from school.
For real. And if you want to be like us, which don't, we're kind of schmucks. Subscribe and
Yeah.
like and comment and share to all your friends.
So do that. Just help a couple Florida boys out, even though we're not Florida boys no more, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. How about the Florida boys? And with that,
Yeah.
we're gone. End of the podcast. It was a good podcast. We'll be back with another episode sometime next week.
It's should be.
Peace.
Bye y'all. Don't be dumb. Wrap it up.